of Tuesday, March 24th. It's 7:32 p.m. We now have a quorum. We're meeting in person at 91 Sawyer Street, Wilcott Commons. If you want to join us virtually, you can look on the back side of the agenda for the Zoom link or watch us on 143 cable TV or live on Facebook. So may I have a roll call, please?
Paul Grady finally present.
David Farag here.
Ellen Mar, present. Thank you. I'd like to invite everyone to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Public comment. Is there any online, Kevin? Not yet. Any public comment from the audience? Bless you.
We'll.
Okay. Are they on Zoom or are you reading on a chat? Okay.
Should be all set now.
Okay. Flo, we hear you at public comment. Name and address, please, for the record. Flo? Is there anyone out there for public comment?
She's unmuted.
Okay. Can you just message her and if she can get back online?
Yep.
We'll hear public comment in a moment. Okay, so first up, Safe Harbor Cohasset Youth Ambassadors, your CADCA Leadership Forum presentation. So thank you all for your patience in waiting. And do you have spokespeople or are all of you going to speak?
All of us again.
Okay, excellent. So when do you want to stand because you have a presentation, right? Are you more comfortable standing or sitting where you are?
Stand.
Okay, perfect. So why don't you come up closer this way? And when you speak, just give your name and your address for the record, please. And yep, you're in high school, what grade you are.
Make sure they speak into a microphone.
Yeah. So Ms. Leary's handing out the microphone. It's on with the red light. Unless you have a very loud voice like I do, please use the microphone so everybody can hear you.
But because this cord is a little short. There you go.
I'm Cassidy Rocho and I live 8 Union Street, Scituate. I'm Jasmine Rocho. I'm a junior and I live at 8 Union Street, Scituate.
I'm Gabby Madden. I'm a junior and I live at 64 Sac and Cohasset.
I'm Sari Reyes and I live on 106 Beechwood Street, Cohasset.
I'm Ava, I'm a junior and I live on 84 Jerusalem Road, Cohasset.
I'm Jacob, I live on 2 James Lane and I'm a junior.
Okay, great. Okay.
We're going to present about the resources that we learned at CADCA. First, CADCA stands for Community Anti-Drug Coalition of America. It's an organization containing various different prevention coalitions from across the country. The goal of CADCA is to strengthen these coalitions through facilitating collaboration and providing trainings to local coalitions. So during the CADCA forums, you learn unique opportunities such as attending presentations from world experts in prevention, speaking with legislative staff, and meeting other youth from across the country.
We had some legislative visits to Capitol Hill. So we met Representative Bill Keating, where we discussed Safe Harbor and coalition goals, highlighting Cohasset Minds Matter and how the community has made use of DSC funding, and promised further support and continued partnership. And we also just talked about the future of youth and coalitions in general.
We also met with Senator Ed Markey. A couple of Massachusetts coalitions joined us. It was Bridgewater, Middleborough, and Quincy. Yes. So we shared our work with them And we discussed personal journeys and values. We promised support for the Massachusetts Anti-Substance and Mental Health Coalitions.
So these are just some photos that we had from the meetings. So we have us with, I believe, the Quincy group or the Bridgewater group. And then we also took pictures in front of landmarks.
During this trip, we attended a couple of training sessions leading up to Capitol Hill Day and after Capitol Hill Day. As a group, we attended presentations such as Redefining Strength, How Youth Can Transform Mental Health Support for Boys and Men. From small talk to public speaking, a crash course to confident communicating. And as a coalition, we often broke out into various training sessions to really broaden our scope on the skills that we were learning to bring back to our coalition.
So just some takeaways, at support systems, we learned that mental health is one of the pillars of Safe Harbor. And as leaders, we're able to gain deeper knowledge of men's mental health. There is a lack of support in addition to the significant stigma surrounding men's mental health. Communication and coping skills were taught to the youth so that leaders could pass these skills on within the Safe Harbor program.
So one of the trainings that a few of us went to was reimagining school-based interventions, alternatives to suspension. So this session went over the ineffectiveness of suspensions through substance-related use in school settings. And one of the resources that they talked to us about was In Depth, which is a free educational program designed as a supportive, interactive alternative to suspension for middle and high school students, which is more proactive for mental health and addiction services. Another one of the sessions we attended was Mapping Our Communities, which recognized areas in town that are locations of high substance misuse and unsafe behaviors. It also taught us how to recognize areas in town that provide support to community members, as well as helped us recognize gaps in the community, such as needs for an increased counseling services, and it caused us to brainstorm ideas that can help create more safe spaces instead of problem spots. And then throughout the forum, we learned resources. So throughout CADFA, we acquired a large amount of resources which Safe Harbor and youth ambassadors can apply in our future.
One example of this is the Operation Parent. It's basically parenting handbooks about real issues that teens are facing today, such as social media, vaping, anxiety, and mental health. Helpful tools and instructions, and it also provides helpful tools and instructions for parents to start conversations and provide their children with the resources that they might need. It also has handbooks for children and teenagers as well, and age-appropriate approaches for parents to talk with their children about.
Another example of this was Ask, Listen, Learn. This talks about an underage drinking prevention curriculum for children in elementary grades and going into middle school, because we find that the problems are getting younger and younger, and we need to educate younger and younger to sustain prevention. 8 lesson plans and animated videos that teach kids about what the brain does, what alcohol does to it, and what it does to them are featured in the curriculum. And these could be useful additions to Deer Hill Health curriculums, because I know we have something similar as a freshman, but by that point, we are scared that the students will already be using substances.
So in preparation for our legislative visits, we worked closely with other coalitions from Massachusetts, and we met with similar groups from across the country. This provided us with a great opportunity to see neighboring communities in Massachusetts and other states that we're working with.
An example of this, as we mentioned, was working with the Bridgewater Coalition. This was Bridging Lives. They work on education and prevention strategies for their youth, similar to Safe Harbor's mission and vision statements. The Youth Coalition incorporates youth who are both in high school and middle school, based in Bridgewater, so it was interesting to see the different dynamics in their thought processes regarding substance use, so that we could use some of their activities in our coalition.
We also worked with Impact Quincy. It's based in Quincy and it's a youth prevention group that works to build public health knowledge and skills, pretty similar to Safe Harbor. Primarily, it is also just primarily high school student participation, which although we're middle school and high school, it's nice to have similar, it's nice to have like impactful dialogue about substance abuse and mental health.
Some of the overall strategies we learned and that we took away was training youth in policy advocacy so we can influence local leaders and legislation on issues that matter to us. We create peer mentorship programs where older students train younger ones on issues that we agree that are important. And then we hosted attention projects and surveys run by youth to track local substance use trends, organize culturally inclusive events such as to reach different parts of the community, partner with other youth coalitions nationally to share ideas and strategies, run media campaigns, social media, posters, PSAs, designed and led entirely by youth, and offer leadership development workshops to build public speaking and organizing and outreaching skills.
That's all I have.
Wonderful, thank you.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Excellent job. Thank you. Well, questions, Mr. Farag?
I don't even questions, but a comment, and just want to thank you and all the work that Safe Harbor does. The board supports them a lot, and we've done things through the years with them, and you're certainly showed what at the end of the road what Safe Harbor can do and all the work that you've done for it. So congratulations and good luck in your future endeavors going to college and beyond.
Pleasure, thank you.
Mr. Grady?
Just like to say thank you, each and every one of you. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And I wish your group was around when I was a kid. But keep it up.
Okay. I just have a few comments, things I took note of. One is very interesting about the renewed focus on boys and men's mental health. And I think having raised two boys myself who were, jock athletes, they really weren't, there was a certain level of you got to be tough all the time, and not everybody's tough all the time. So it's nice to see that happening. And I'm sure they're not watching, so I'm not going to get in trouble. But also, the comment about the use of social media, we've seen on the national level studies done and with teenage, young adults and how much time they spend on their phones, scrolling and this and that, and what school districts are doing to limit that, whether it's a pocket at the door where you put your phone away. I think Cohasset has put in a no phones policy. Is that correct? Are you guys talking to each other at lunch now?
I'm not sure how many people obey that rule. I think authority has gotten a little lenient
Okay.
later parts of the year, but I know that a lot of social interaction has been amplified.
I can also say that when it first started, it was definitely very apparent. There's a lot of differences between before the phone policy was implemented and after it was.
Mhm.
Kids were talking to each other. Kids that were often on their phones, kind of doing their own thing, kind of were forced to have to talk with
Right.
So there was definitely some change for sure.
That's good. Yeah, because I used to go up to the Skipper Cafe and you'd see a table of kids, one of those round tables, and they're all down there like this, and nobody's looking up talking to each other, which I think has impacted social interaction and presentation skills and just the ability to have a conversation. So I think that's great. And then your comment about the freshman curriculum we have, perhaps it being a tad too late, and one of the programs you've brought back addressed it at the elementary level. Will you, or have you had the opportunity to take it to the superintendent's office or whichever office to have that conversation?
Yes, so Safe Harbor, our coalition, has an annual performance that we perform to kindergartners and third graders, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
It's called Samantha Skunk, and it's put on
Okay,
the Drug
yeah.
Court Theater. So
Yeah.
our coalition members will go to Deer Hill and Osgood and essentially educate the elementary students about the dangers of substance misuse in lighter form, in a more digestible.
Okay. Okay, great.
But we hope to do more. We also did a Redwood Fraternity activity with them, was the fifth graders. The fifth graders,
Mhm.
so advocating mental health and also educating them. So we try to stay involved in the younger levels.
Mhm.
But of course, we would love more as always.
Yeah, okay. All right, great. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the presentation, and for all the work you do on behalf of the young adults here in town. And thank you for your patience. So, okay. Okay, next up, we have a public hearing. Forgive me, I'm gonna have to read this.
Everyone.
Bye, thank you. Okay, so the Cohasset Select Board acting as a local licensing authority will hold a hearing on Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. It's posted at 7:15, but we are running behind. 91 Sawyer Street, Wilcott Commons, Cohasset, Mass. To consider the application under the new Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 12D, to allow Stevie G's Restaurant Cohasset LLC, DBA Stevie G's, to trade in its MGL Chapter 138, Section 12 on-premise wine and malt license to convert it to a Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 12 on-premise all alcohol beverage license. The restaurant describes itself as a family-friendly breakfast and lunch restaurant located at 380 Chief Justice Cushing Highway, Unit G, Cohasset, Mass. The proposed manager is Andrew Loconsalo. The premises consist of a single first floor, 2 rooms, a dining room, and a kitchen. There are no outdoor areas to be included. The area is 2,485 square feet with 2 entrances and 2 exits. Total occupancy is 99 with a seating capacity of 75. Public is offered to invite input on the proposed in writing in advance of the public hearing by emailing selectboardcomments@cohassetma.gov or in person at the hearing. Public can also attend via the Zoom platform. Details for access to the Zoom platform for this hearing will be posted on our agenda. The agenda is available online at www.cohassetma.gov in the meeting's hearing notices of the calendar section located at the bottom of the front page of the website. Full application is available in the Select Board office. The public is advised to periodically check the schedule for this hearing for any changes. So can I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So who do we have from Stevie G's?
He's on Zoom.
He's on Zoom. Okay.
How you doing, everyone? Thanks.
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for your patience. So,
Of course.
so we just read the public hearing and you want to just give us
So identify.
okay, well, I identified him in the,
Oh, okay, good.
in the public hearing. You just want to give us a encapsulation of why you desire to switch?
Sure. So when we had opened up back in June, there were no all alcohol licenses available. So when I had met with you guys that time, we had been given beer and wine. We have another location in Rockland, our first Stevie G's that operates under an all alcohol. So for us, we're just trying to be able to have the same brand and all the same products that we sell in our Rockland location and the Cohasset location.
Okay. All right, yeah, I do recall that public hearing. And so all of the details from the initial license in terms of operating hours and when you can serve and not serve, still apply. Does anyone on the select board have any questions?
When was the last hour of operation?
I'm sorry?
When do they end their operation at night? Because I've only gone there for breakfast, so
It's a breakfast and lunch.
yeah, lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
we-
close at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Grady, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions on the application.
Okay. So can I have a motion to approve the application to convert for Stevie G's from the wine and malt license to an on-premise all alcoholic beverage license?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Great,
you.
congratulations. Yep. And may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. I think that's me. Okay, all right. We're gonna have to sign this, but I'm a little confused on the first page. Okay, so that's my phone, sorry. I don't know how to show it off. Okay, next up, we have a liquor license application, Cohasset Yacht Club, 99 Howard Gleason Road, Cohasset, Mass. Change of officers discussion vote. So please come up and identify yourself.
Turn that on.
Yep, and if you tap where it says touchpad, red light should come on.
Don't know if that's working.
Hold it down.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's a swipe?
The swipe.
Swipe, okay. Okay, so we did receive a letter from Town Council Lampke and Lampke, advising that you're going to have a change.
Correct, yes. So good evening, everyone. For the record, my name is Ryan Gazda from McDermott Quilty Miller Hanley on behalf of the Cohasset Yacht Club. With me as well as Grace Evans, who is the new Rear Commodore for the club. The application tonight is an application to update the officers and directors for the nonprofit. For 2026, there have been a total of 3 new officers added to the Secretary of State filings, including Grace as the new Rear Commodore, Maren Bradley as the new clerk, and Brian Baker as the new fleet captain. Other than the addition of the new officers and directors, operationally, nothing will be changing on the ground, and everything will be in keeping with what has been there before. So it's largely a housekeeping application just to update what's on file with the ABCC. But having said that, happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay. The memo we received didn't have those specifics. So Grace Evans is the Rear Commodore?
Yep, correct.
Okay. And Brian Baker is the fleet
He'll be the new fleet captain,
captain.
and Maren Bradley will be the new clerk.
Aaron Bradley, okay.
And there were formerly 4 other officers who will be staying on as well.
Okay.
So it'll bring us to a total of 7 now.
And 7 is new.
7 will be, there's 3 new folks coming on.
Okay,
The 4 former officers were there before, and they'll be staying on for 2026.
okay. But you've always had 7 official positions.
No, the number this year has expanded. Previously, it was, I believe, last year there was a total of, I believe, 4.
Okay. Okay. So town council had no particular concerns about this. And the manager that was on record on the license.
Yep, they'll be remaining the same. Management
Okay.
record, no changes.
Okay, great. Does anyone have any questions?
No, I don't.
No. Okay, so may I have a motion to approve Grace Evans as the Rear Commodore, Maren Bradley as the clerk, and Brian Baker as the fleet captain for Cohasset Yacht Club?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Great, thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Cohasset Historical Society, the Sea Shanty Shindig event. I think this might be, Mr. Pratt,
Good evening, Glenn Pratt, King Street. So for the
another hat for you.
for the 3rd year in a row, want to run our Sea Shindig. What we do is we close off Elm Street from 5 to 8. We have sea shanty music. We have food trucks. We have demonstrations of old time mariners' tools and equipment like that. And it's a grand old time. It seems to be very well attended by young families, which is a good thing. It's still daylight. It's something to do on a Friday night early, I guess. So we would like the entertainment license and a 1-day liquor license.
Okay, and an event.
The entertainment event, yeah. I thought one was.
I think they're separate
Yeah.
licenses.
Oh, is
I think it's an event license, an entertainment license,
Okay.
and a 1-day
All 3.
license.
3, yeah.
Okay. Can we approve them one by one? I can do them all at once? Okay. Make it easy. All right. Does anyone have any questions on this event?
It's just a great event. It's becoming a new tradition in Cohasset.
Another signature event.
That's what we like.
Yep. Okay. So can I have a motion to approve for the Cohasset Historical Society, their Sea Shanty Shindig, the 3rd annual for Friday, September 4th, 2026, from 5 to 7 p.m. At 4 Elm Street for an event permit, an entertainment permit, and a 1-day.
I think did it say 7 on the application? It's supposed to be 8.
It-
5 to 8.
It says 5 to 7.
Can that be changed? to 8?
Yep. So I will amend it to 5 to 8 p.m. I'm just going to do the event and the entertainment because those are permits and because the alcohol is a license separate.
Sure.
Okay, so do I have that motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Aye. So can I have a motion to approve a one-day alcohol license for the Cohasset Historical Society for the Sea Shanty Shindig, Friday, September 4th, 5 to 8 p.m.
So moved.
May I have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be on the lookout for all of you there.
Gotta put it in my calendar. I always miss it.
So last year.
Son.
So there has to be a lot signed. Okay, next up, Cohasset High School, CHS Senior Prom 2026 red carpet. We have someone here for that. Bill, Chief Quigley
Deirdre Murray.
and Deirdre Murray.
Yes. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, yep.
Hello,
Hey there.
Just name and address, please.
Deirdre Murray, 248 Forest Ave, Cohasset, Mass.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So just want to take us quickly through this event?
It's kind of the standard fare. We hope not to be changing anything.
Okay.
We would start the pre-prom, I believe at 1 o'clock when town hall closes. Start setting up chairs and the like. And I assume we'll be working with Chief Quigley on blocking off traffic at that point, at least around the town hall portion. And then it would just be accommodating standing room only, et cetera, until the high school seniors start arriving around probably, I would say, 5 p.m. and roll out the red carpet. So a lot of it is just the pre-setup to accommodate both the seating arrangements as well as the standing room and the foot traffic.
Okay.
And
Okay,
we
Chief.
have we have a standing plan. We'll implement that again this year. And as the event draws closer, Deirdre and our team will work closely to fine tune things. But it's the standard red carpet event that we have every year, and we recommend this be approved.
Okay.
And it's also an
Great, yep.
entertainment license as well.
And entertain, right, yeah, I had event and entertainment, yeah, because there'll be an announcer, right? Ms. Leary, will they be using the town hall auditorium or the churches last year?
They use the church.
Okay.
And town hall does release at noon, so there won't be all the staff, so there'll be additional parking for.
Okay. Okay, great. Does anyone have any questions? I hope the weather is better this year than it was last year.
Oh, yes, us too.
Yep. Yep, okay. So can I have a motion to approve the Cohasset High School red carpet prom event, May 22nd, 2026?
So moved.
May I have a second this is for both the event and the entertainment license.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Grady motioned, Mr. Farag second, all in favor? Aye. Thanks. I think you'll get more. I think the application had 120 people. I think there's going to be more than 120 people there. So,
You're probably
great.
right.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, next up, Friends of Holly Hill Farm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Farm to table dinner. Do we have someone from Holly Hill? This seems to be a pretty standard,
Yeah, this one is a new one, I believe. But it's all contained within the property. I've been going back and forth with the team over there, and we don't expect any issue or any problem.
okay. Yeah, they have two events that they're looking to do. One is the Farm Fest, and then the other is the Farm to Table Dinner.
They're two separate dates.
There are two separate dates, two separate events. I think the parking, so what's first on the agenda? First on the agenda is the Farm to Table event. It's a fundraising dinner, July 18th, 2026 from 6 to 10 p.m. They're expecting 90 people. They need an event the application is for a special one-day liquor license. I don't think it's not an event, correct?
We've already approved the event.
We've already approved the event. Okay, so it's just for a one-day liquor license. So can I have a motion to approve the special one-day liquor license for the Friends of Holly Hill Farm for July 18th, 2026?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. So that's that one. So now we'll look at the Friends of Holly Hill Farm Fest, which is September 26, 2026. This is a big event. They've been doing it for 5 years. They're expecting 300 people. We need an event, entertainment, and liquor license. Is that correct, Erin?
No entertainment is needed, just event.
Event and a one-day liquor.
Okay. Okay, and it indicates that they're going to shuttle people from Sandy Beach. Is that correct, Chief?
That is correct. They have a shuttle service in place, and they've been working with the traffic officers to make sure that goes smoothly.
Okay. I hate to ask the question, but will people without facility stickers have an issue parking at Sandy Beach?
I think they've worked. This is at night, so it sounds like they've worked something out. I've been told they've worked something out with the Sandy Beach Association where they don't expect a great amount of people to be using the beach at that time of night in late September.
Okay. I don't have my calendar. If it's a Friday night, it's going to be packed. Tell you that. Okay. So can I have a motion to approve the event permit for the Friends of Holly Hill Farm Fest event for September 26, 2026?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Can I have a motion to grant a one-day liquor license for the Friends of Holly Hill Farm for their Farm Fest event September 26, 2026?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So that's that. Q&L Food Company, DBA Black Hat Breakfast and Bakery, Common Vic License, discussion and vote. Anyone hear from that? Nope. Okay. Do we have any idea why, this is before your time, Erin, why they weren't part of our annual renewal?
I think they were challenged to get the information.
Okay.
But Tracy said,
Okay.
It's a common vic.
It's a Common Vic. Sorry, Chief?
I think they've been operating minus the proper permits, and we're checking with DOR right now, Linda Cole is, to see if they have a it's called a meals, food and beverage certificate, because they're collecting tax. So she didn't hear back from them by close of business today. So we're trying to determine what other permits are missing at this point. So it may be, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so in your professional opinion, should we defer this?
I think we have to do it.
license?
I think we're going to have to, hook up with the Board of Health, and because again, it's been operating, as near as we can tell without any permitting whatsoever. So we're not even sure if the Board of Health has been in.
Okay. All right. So we're going to defer unless my colleagues have any comments or questions.
No, I'd just assume defer.
Okay. So we will defer this. Our next meeting is next Tuesday. So if we can get a hold of the applicant and have them liaise with our Board of Health.
Board of Health, yeah.
With the Board of Health, we will look at this next Tuesday if they're available, if we can get all the i's dotted and the t's crossed.
We did try to visit there today, but they were closed. They close on Mondays and Tuesdays, apparently.
Okay. And it's a breakfast place.
It appears, I've never been in there, so it appears that way.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your input very much.
No problem.
Okay. All right. So that handles that, and we can move on to the warrant.
We met on the committee last week to recommend several articles. I'm going to ask that we recommend several more tonight.
Okay.
article that I foresee being outstanding for next week with total budget. And the reason being is schools are going to vote their budget tomorrow evening.
Okay.
Therefore, we can present the whole budget next week for approval or recommendation.
Okay. So on that, then how does advisory vote tomorrow?
You're not gonna be able to.
Okay.
So.
So that could be deferred to town meeting for recommendation at,
Or I may ask if they can come for a joint meeting on Tuesday.
okay. Okay. Okay, so we'll start.
Okay, so, I do also want to mention that the article numbers may change. Therefore, that's why the descriptions are next to the numbers. So we're voting on actual descriptions, not just the numbers, in the event that you want to reorganize the order of the agenda. The warrant, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So starting with Article 5, unpaid bills from previous years. Here we have a police bill, ChargePoint, our EV charging stations bill. We have a bill from National Grid, and then another bill from AmRamp, which made the new voting location at the church ADA accessible. Those got lost in the shuffle. Therefore, we're requesting a recommendation to move these forward at town meeting.
And that ADA ramp, that will be a one-time thing because voting is now at the Dairy Hill School.
That's right.
Okay. Anyone have any questions?
Nope.
Nope, okay. Okay, we vote. Advisory head is voting tomorrow. Okay, so let me, it's unfortunate that advisory comes after select board, because we're supposed to entertain their deliberation in our deliberation. So for all of these articles we're voting on, I'd like to recommend that we vote on them tonight. And if there's material difference or changes that comes out of advisory tomorrow night, we will put the article back on our agenda for next Tuesday to have that opportunity to review their comments and revote if we so choose. Does that sound fair to everybody? Okay, so can I have a motion to recommend Article 5 as it stands?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Article 6, supplemental appropriations. This is one appropriation from sewer retained earnings. They recently went before advisory for reserve fund transfer. This is just paying back the general fund from their enterprise fund, $152,000.
Oh, okay.
This was for the purchase of membranes. They,
Okay.
sooner than later.
Okay.
And the next is just housekeeping. It's the annual transfer of PEG access funds to Cohasset 143 TV.
Any questions?
No.
Nope. Okay, can I have a motion to recommend to town meeting Article 6?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Article 7 is transfer of funds here again. So these are the annual transfers, the transfer of funds to the OPEB trust. This is going to come from raise and appropriate and free cash, $615,000. We're transferring funds to the capital stabilization account in the magnitude of 2.1 million and change. And this was coming from raise and appropriate and free cash also. And then another transfer from sewer betterment stabilization fund in the amount of $150,000. And that's coming from the sewer better stabilization fund to the sewer enterprise fund for $150,000.
Okay. Any questions? Mr. Grady?
No, I have none.
Okay. My only question, and I'll have to go back and look at the budget, for the first two, raise and appropriate, typically we budget.
That's budget. Yeah.
Right, that's budget.
Yeah.
And is free cash there in the event that?
So the way I understand it is the transfer funds from OPEB trust are always 50% from the budget and 50% from free cash. That's how it's been funded annually.
Okay. And capital, that's budget.
That's budget. And I believe the 2.5% increase will come from free cash.
Okay. All right. Can I have a motion to approve Article 7?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Next is Article 8, Capital Improvements Budget. We've had lengthy discussions on many of these items with the Capital Budget Committee. They have voted all of the items you'll see here, from projects 1 through, let's see, 1 through 24. They've had favorable votes on all projects. If you'd like for me to go through the projects, I'm happy to. If you
I'm familiar.
Okay.
Anyone?
Okay,
I'm familiar. I just had a comment, a question on one of them.
Go ahead.
The one which was 18 through 21, which was all the school cameras. I don't know what I'm more concerned about, the fact that there were gaps that needed to be filled in it, and the cost based on the number of cameras. But I've heard their discussion on it. But I just don't know how they could. I don't know how that with the current cameras that we had when they were put up, how they didn't cover the parking lot and some of the areas within the four corners of the grounds of the school. And I find that really bad, because if you ever had a child that was kidnapped or something from the schools, and we needed to put out an Amber Alert, we wouldn't be able to do it because we wouldn't have the car that was sitting in the parking lot on the school grounds. So I'm glad that they're filling in the gaps, but I think that going forward, I think we need to, look at these contracts, because the cost of the cameras is a lot. But like I said, I don't know which is worse, the cost of it or the gaps. So.
Well, so, I mean, I can speak to that at a higher level, because a lot of the security issues that come up in public schools fall under executive session exemption number 4, which is for security. And when the cameras initially went in, I mean, if you go back before we put in a robust camera system in the schools, we had cameras. We had 21 cameras in Osgood and 19 weren't working, as an example. And so we had we established a safety and security subcommittee of the school committee, and we had an assessment done of all the vulnerable areas of all of the buildings. And at the time, and times have changed, as we know, these forward-facing exterior cameras were not designated as high priority. Not that it was overlooked or missed, but that was the information at the time. Okay. So any other comments or questions? No? Okay. So can I have a motion to approve Article 8?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
moving on to Article 9, it's the allocation of funds for one-time costs. We've talked about this in the past. This is fund cemetery maintenance, $75,000, and this would be for the cemetery sale of graves. The waterways fund is a $10,000 transfer to the waterways repairs. FY 23, 24, 25 excise tax. It's owed to the waterways fund in the amount of $24,000 and change. We're funding the teacher early retirements in the amount of $84,000 with free cash. And there's some new electrical code inspections for all town buildings. It's a one-time cost. They have to be inspected every 3 years, and that comes at a cost of about $63,000.
Okay. So all town buildings, so town hall, this building,
All buildings, school, everything,
every school,
every town building,
the library.
everything.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I just want to have everyone be clear of what the town buildings are.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
It's Wilcott Commons, it's the library / recreation,
Mhm.
it's public safety, town hall,
Mhm.
the teen center,
Mhm.
and the schools.
Schools.
Will that include 135 King?
What about the light keepers and the Legion? Because they're town-owned buildings.
I don't know that it includes that, if I'm being honest. I
At
can
least,
find
yeah,
out.
it might not. Yeah.
Okay. Harbor Master Shed? Would that be included?
It would be.
Okay.
That is a building. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Ms. Leary, any comments or questions? Nope. Can I have a motion to approve Article 9?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I meant to say a motion to recommend. Okay. Article 10, departmental revolving funds.
Okay, so nothing is changing on this from prior years with the exception of one revolving fund. And that is going to come, I'm really excited. Yeah. It's specialized inspections for electrical, plumbing and gas fitting. That previously was $50,000. We're asking to increase that to $100,000. Reason being is a lot of the general fund budget items for that department is coming out of this revolving account. So the building department, through these fees, is helping to offset their expenses in their department.
Okay. Any comments or questions?
No.
No, can I have a motion to recommend to town meeting for Article 10?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. 18.
So Article 18 is CPC. I do not have the votes from last night's meeting from CPC. I'm under the impression that there was a unanimous vote on everything that's written here within this article.
Yeah, let me pull out the article. Yes. Yes, yeah, I can report that it was unanimous. I have to think of the number of people that were present, but yeah, it was unanimous.
They only had a couple of asks this year. One is to put conservation restrictions on some additional land, and that is upwards of $12,000. And then the Paul Pratt Library doors going out towards the pavilion. CPC is funding $25,000 of that, where capital is funding the other $25,000. It was a $50,000 extension.
I was going to say that. I saw that. But it's actually facilities 25. Okay. Okay. So I'm sorry. So the item number 2, the Salerno Woodlands Barnes Wildlife Sanctuary Ingram Park baseline documentation reports and mapping survey, only Salerno. So for those 3 baseline documentation reports and then mapping and survey only for the Salerno Woodlands? If I'm reading this?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Farag?
For the ones that have current conservation restrictions, you need the underlying baseline reports on them so that you can, so they don't have them for that when they got the conservation restrictions. And so the state is, looking to make sure that everyone has reports. So this will fill in that gap with the baseline documentation and the mapping and the surveys and everything else like that they need for these particular restrictions.
Okay, thank you. All right. So can I have a motion to recommend to town meeting Article 18 Community Preservation Committee?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next is Article 21, the Cohasset Public Safety Building. Mr. Pratt is here. He's the chair of the Public Safety Committee. We did hear the presentation last week from the entire committee, and we are putting it forward to the select board for a recommendation to move it to town meeting. We got a positive vote from capital budget last night 4-1 to move it forward. And we'll be presenting to advisory tomorrow night.
Okay. Any questions? Anything you wanted to say, Mr. Pratt? You've said it all. Okay. Anyone else? I don't know if Chief is still online or not.
I am. I'm still here. I think it's all been said.
It's all been said?
Hopefully.
Okay. Before I request a motion, what I would like to say is I'd like to thank the Public Safety Facility Committee for all their hard work, even when they were a working group, to go through the project and to spend the time and to really dig in and answer the questions we all had last fall and to come up with a very, very good solution, in my opinion, to recommend to town meeting. Okay, so can I have a motion to recommend to town meeting Article 21, the Cohasset Public Safety Building at 135 King Street?
So moved and gladly.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Say, can't be a 2-0.
Sorry, but gee, here I am.
I just would still like to highlight Article 22 still sits on the warrant. We're waiting for the select board to determine if they're going to accept this resolution within the warrant or if they are not. Typically, we don't put resolutions in the warrant, but it's the select board's warrant, so it's really your decision.
Yeah, my only other question that I had before was, have we heard from the moderator on this issue?
He basically came back and said it's a select board's warrant, so.
So we punted. Okay. It's okay.
It's not on the agenda for tonight. I just want to highlight it. We can revisit it next week.
Who is proposing this?
The Alternative Energy Committee.
Okay, well,
Are they trying to get the language around it, or what's
Is there language around it?
There is language around it. We can send that to you, or we can ask them to come in and present.
I think we should.
yeah. Yeah, I right now I'm mixed. I don't want to include a resolution that I'm not, up to date on why the proponents want a resolution on it. I'm also very leery of making a commitment on behalf of Cohasset through 2050. I think that's a bit of a challenge for me. So, I mean, God willing, I'm still here in 2050, but we'll see. So, all right. So that's not on our agenda for tonight.
But I think it should come and present, because I mean, all the articles, some way, shape, or form, get to present, and then part of the reason that they're ready for prime time is that there's questions, or if people from the public as well, if they have any thoughts about it, and then that's what tightens up an article to get it ready for prime time. So,
So we'll ask someone to be here next week.
Okay.
And
with a 10-minute.
And then the final article to move forward this evening would be the stormwater management bylaw procedural changes. There's some changes within this bylaw that give our conservation agent some additional administrative tools to approve.
yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah, it's not in the package. Article 23, stormwater. Do you see it? Article 23? Stormwater management bylaw procedural change?
it's right here.
Oh, it's 22. 22.
It's 23. It's right after 22. It's hiding. Yeah.
Okay, it was hiding. So sorry, everybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the major substantive change minus all the other stuff in there is that it's only going to come for a hearing if it has a wetlands, if it triggers a wetlands review as well. Otherwise, it's going to be an administrative go through, which will cut down on the cost of it. Because with the stormwater, it comes down to calculations based on what the engineer does. And a lot of that goes back and forth with the conservation agent anyway. So if you don't necessarily need a hearing on it, then you wouldn't. And what would trigger it is if you needed a notice of intent or an RDA or something else like that in the wetlands, because then there would be a question of the stormwater and it affecting the wetlands and/or how that would go. So I think that change will probably be okay. Because I remember when the stormwater bylaw came into play back in was it 08, around there? Because I was on the Concom at the time. And we helped write it, so it's gone through a number of changes throughout the years, but I think this one's okay.
Okay. Okay, doesn't look like there's any strike throughs. It said text.
Yeah.
By deleting text shown as struck through and inserting text shown as underlined. There only appears to be underlined. Okay.
Yeah, it is right here on that second one. That's all underlined.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
said there's underlined, but there's no strike through. There's no language taken out of the bylaw, just language added. Has town council reviewed this?
This is town councils.
This is town council's. Okay. All right. Has Concom, did they vote on this last night?
Not sure if they voted on it, but they put it forth for town council to review. So I believe that this is the final version
Okay.
because they've removed their other articles based on their voting.
Okay. Do we have any concern about voting on this without Concom's vote? No? Okay. So can I have a motion to approve Article 23, Stormwater Management Bylaw?
Before you say that,
I'm sorry.
I would just apply the same thing that we did with the advisory board, that
Okay.
if they made any substantive changes, then we can re-vote it at this point.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. So can I have a motion to recommend to town meeting for Article 23, Stormwater Management Bylaw procedural changes, pending any substantial change by Conservation Commission? Can I have a motion?
So move.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh. And that, we're mostly through the warrant. Okay. Budget, okay. Excellent.
And I think in your packet this week, we dropped several things regarding the budget in this week's packet, so you can.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at it. Just when we, if we drop things in the packet on a Monday or a Tuesday that we're going to discuss on the agenda, like Erin sent out the safe harbor presentation on email, so I knew to look as opposed to waiting till I got here. It's just drop an email because I'm not checking the packet all the time. Thank you. Okay, so next up, town manager update.
Chair, I just want to remind the board, there was someone for public comment. I don't know if you want to.
Oh, sure. Are they back? Public comment? Thank you. Okay.
She did.
Okay. Me and you, or,
What's like her?
okay. Okay, so this public comment is from Stephanie Saunders. I don't know her. Oh, 10 Stratford Terrace. She wrote, "Hi again, I'm solo with the kids and had to do bedtime. Apologies. I saw when looking at my iPad, you did ask for me to speak later, but I'm no longer able. Chair Mar, I'd greatly appreciate an answer to my question below when able. Speak tonight. You seem to be saying someone was unmuted and could speak. I heard Chair Mar mention the chat. Okay, so her question is, can you please provide a more detailed line item FY27 budget to the public? I requested this document over a week ago after hearing it exists from the interim town manager at an advisory board meeting, yet have not received it. One example of my concerns with the budget as presented to the public is the reduced health department budget. I'd like to understand more specifically why the health department budget is being reduced and how that will impact important health and safety services provided to the public. Thank you." I'm sure we will get into more departmental level budget overview next week, and you've sent us a lot of information.
It's in your packet.
So Ms. Saunders, if you're listening, you can feel free to call me, and I can try to answer some of your questions for you, or tune in next week when we review the budget and vote.
Sandra's also put in a public records request for that information as well.
Oh, okay. So this request is redundant. Okay.
I
Okay,
take it the request was recent or
It was last week.
Last week.
Okay, so it's still on.
But it's in both the advisory packet and select board packet, which I believe are available online.
okay.
Well, they can just email that to her. Just,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, so you just brought up an important point that we probably should just reiterate is our meeting materials, not only are they posted in what we call the packet, which is a folder on our shared drive, but they're also posted on our website under the select board page for meeting materials. So you can look at everything that we're looking at any given time, and they don't get taken down, much like minutes and agendas don't get taken down. So people have questions on specific documents, please feel free to look there first. Okay.
And they do change. So if you're looking at something from October, that's not gonna,
Well, yeah, specifically budget updates and things like that. Meeting minutes tend not to change that are approved and, other things. Okay. Anything else? No, Mr. Farag, any comments?
not for tonight. Thank you.
Mr. Grady?
Just a fast one. I'd like to just publicly thank Mr. Pratt, our police, fire chiefs, our unions, our representatives, our police force, and our fire department, and the people serving on the town hall working group committee. Not town hall, I'm so sorry. Public safety committee, building committee. Going through 4 different iterations has been a process. Narrowing it down to 3 and narrowing it down to 1. And I'd just like to say thanks. It's a team effort to get it up here. And, as a select board member and a liaison to the committee working on it, I'm proud to have said yes tonight and get it to the town, have the questions answered, have the concerns raised, and hopefully move forward for something that we need so badly.
Great. Okay, so I was going to comment, I believe today is the 60th anniversary of the METCO program in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So happy anniversary to the METCO program. And I would just like to say, Mr. Pratt, while you're here, I believe there's a request for next week to add ex officio members to the Public Safety Facilities Committee. Is that correct?
Yes. Work will be like.
Okay, so we'll do that on Tuesday. And so it'll be by position, not by person. Okay. Okay, no problem. We'll do that at our next meeting. Okay, so that's all I have. Next up is approval of minutes for March 3rd, 2026 and March 10th, 2026. Any comments or questions on either one? No? Can I have a motion to approve March 3rd, 2026?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Can I have a motion to approve March 10th, 2026?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We don't have any topics reasonably anticipated within 48 hours. We are moving into executive session for 2 exemptions, and we will adjourn an executive session. We will not come back to open session for adjournment. The first is pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A7, to comply with any federal or state law requirements. The board will review the following executive session minutes and determine whether the purposes for such executive sessions have resolved or whether any of the minutes may be released. Motion to approve minutes from January 20th, 2026, February 5th, 2026, February 10th, 2026, and March 3rd, 2026, and release said executive session minutes subject to town council's proposed redactions or withholdings. Also for executive session exemption number 3, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigation of a public body, and the chair so declares, will discuss the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFSCME Facilities Union contract discussion and vote. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
We have to do it individually, don't we, to go to executive session?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't. So we can either everyone move in there or everyone leave. Are you here for executive session? No? You just
Go the other one.